The day my son got married, I made one decision that changed my life forever. I never told him that my late husband had secretly left behind a $5 million fortune. That silence became my greatest protection because only days after the wedding, my new daughter-in-law arrived at my front door with a lawyer, demanding access to an inheritance she believed belonged to her. She thought I was just a grieving widow. She had no idea my husband had prepared me for this moment. My name is Margaret. After 42 years of marriage, losing my husband Daniel shattered my world. During his funeral, while everyone else mourned, my son Ethan stood beside his new girlfriend Victoria. Instead of paying respect to my husband, she quietly studied the wealthy guests, expensive flowers, and signs of success around the room. Something about her made me uneasy, but I ignored the feeling because I trusted my son. That evening, Daniel's attorney handed me his final letter and will. I learned he had secretly built an estate worth over $5 million through businesses, land, and investments. Everything had been left under my control. Then I found a shocking clause. If Ethan married someone driven by money within 2 years of Daniel's death, his inheritance would be limited until he proved his maturity. My husband had seen a danger I never noticed. Soon, Victoria began asking endless questions about insurance, properties, bank accounts, and investments. She even suggested I sell my home because it was too large for someone my age. A few weeks later, she married Ethan, and almost immediately, she arrived at my house with an attorney demanding access to every financial record. The biggest shock came when Ethan supported her instead of me. He believed I was hiding his father's fortune. Heartbroken but determined, I reopened Daniel's letter and decided to fight back. With the help of his attorney, I hired a private investigator. The truth was unbelievable. Victoria worked in a bank handling wealthy estates and had a history of targeting rich families. Before meeting Ethan, she had manipulated several wealthy men connected to large inheritances. Private messages even revealed she had called my son the easiest target because his father was dying and millions of dollars would soon be available. The investigation also uncovered a pattern that made my blood run cold. Every time a wealthy family faced the loss of a loved one, Victoria somehow found her way into their lives. She built trust, encouraged legal disputes, and disappeared only after securing financial benefits. My son was never special to her. He was simply the next name on her list. Before the court hearing, Victoria spread rumors that I was stealing my own son's inheritance. Friends avoided me, neighbors whispered, and even people from church believed her lies. I cried, but eventually I realized the courtroom would be the only place where the truth could finally win. Every insult and false accusation only made me stronger. Instead of giving up, I spent every day collecting documents, recordings, and evidence with my lawyer. I refused to let greed destroy everything my husband had worked so hard to build. On the day of the hearing, my attorney presented Daniel's will, the protective clause, investigation reports, financial records, and Victoria's private messages. Recordings exposed her plan to leave Ethan after securing the inheritance. The courtroom fell silent as every lie collapsed. The judge ruled completely in my favor, confirming Daniel's wishes were legally valid. Victoria lost the case, her reputation, and eventually her marriage. After the hearing, Ethan stayed behind with tears in his eyes. He admitted he had trusted a stranger instead of the mother who had always loved him. I forgave him, but reminded him that trust had to be earned again. He divorced Victoria and started working at his father's company from the lowest position, determined to rebuild both his life and our relationship. Watching him slowly become responsible again healed a part of my heart that I thought was gone forever. Months later, I used part of the inheritance to open a support center that provides free legal help for widows facing manipulation and inheritance abuse. Looking back, I realized the greatest victory was never protecting $5 million. It was protecting my husband's legacy, saving my son from a lifetime of regret, and proving that real love is worth far more than money. In the end, I understood that wealth can attract greedy people, but character always reveals who truly deserves to stand beside you when life becomes difficult.